get started.
It's time to drink
and draw.
Drinks
And draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, wake the kids, phone the neighbors.
Drinks
And draw.
Give the folks a little sizzle. Sizzle?
Spetsy.
Quick.
Wow, you're pretty quick for a big guy.
Brought to you by
Comics.shop.
I believe I'm ready, but you just don't know.
I feel I'm ready. I don't feel I'm ready. Interesting picture there, Spedsy. Welcome to another Friday night drink and draw. It is not episode 007. In reality, it is 113. But we are here to draw 007, or at least peoples from that particular series, or cars. I don't know. What can we draw from there? Anything. As long as there's 007 involved. James Bond is what I'm trying to say. So over to you, Spedsy.
Well, yes, Bond, James Bond. It's who we're joining our stock on. Keep that up. Sis, thanks for having us. Of course, Sis, aka Shane Siddle, he of the comics. My name is Spedsy. Next to me is a man who is, let's go with 0060. Wait, 67. 0067's in the house. It's Nick Cleary. What's up, man?
Hey guys, let's talk about James Bond and draw James Bond.
That was really weird because the audio was out of sync with your mouth, but your hand, I don't know how you did that. Tom, 0068, what's going on, man?
The name's Charm, Mini Charm.
And of course, that was all a weird setup to just call Nick May 0069 in the house. Nick May.
What an honor. Licensed to trace.
I am sick, so I am muting myself when I cough. So brace for those. Speaking of a man who's nothing but good times, Peter Lawson, what's up?
What's up? A lot. Lots going on. Looking forward to tonight.
Why? What's on after this? Anyway, Lee Walker is with us. What's up, Lee?
Hello. Not a lot. Just drawing here.
Calm down.
You know. You couldn't stop this excitement machine, mate. So.
And Mr. Dave Dye, welcome back. You have been missed.
Yeah, g'day. I'm having trouble with my technical side of things here at the moment. Hopefully I'll get it sorted out.
Excellent. Now, Dave, just before we get started, I was trying to find a notepad because I like to keep notes during the show. And I realized this one is full. And it's actually full of notes taken during this show. And I was trying to just find a blank page. And I've landed on one page and it said at the top, ask Dave to describe the perfect kiss. Now, I assume we did do that at one point. I don't remember it. So just in case. So we've got it here. Yeah. Perfect kiss. Dave, if you will, could you describe to us the perfect kiss?
No.
Nice description.
And that is yes and.
I would have a clue, mate. I don't know how to put words about that into a cohesive sentence.
Well, I'll tell you someone who didn't mind getting the old smooch on was the...
Yeah.
Better turn that off before we get booted off YouTube. Sis,
yes,
if I told you, mate, if I said, hey, let's do procos in the facility, what am I talking about?
I have no idea.
Tom, surely you know what procos in the facility means.
Yeah, that's GoldenEye, yeah? 64?
Yeah.
That's only GoldenEye, yeah.
That's only one of the best video games of all time, of course. GoldenEye 007 on the Nintendo 64, where you could play in the facility. Pardon me while I mute myself.
Absolutely.
I didn't get there in time. No, but you could one of the most painful venues for this shoot 'em up game was the facility, which basically you could fill the toilet, the lavatory, with proximity mines, and then people would be spawned there and they would promptly die. And that's the extent of my 007 knowledge. But let's just quickly. So Commander James Bond is a character created by British journalist and novelist Ian Fleming in 1953. He is the protagonist, of course, of the James Bond series of novels, films, comics, and video games. Fleming wrote 12 Bond novels and 2 short story collections. The Man with the Golden Gun was one of his final books, and Octopussy, which is also Scissor's nickname in high school, which is a bit later. But Sis, do you have a favourite of the James Bonds?
Well, since I only know one, I guess he's my favourite, Sean Connery.
Yeah, yes. I found the keys to the Red October, and then I fucking lost them. That's an amalgamation of 2 movies. I don't know the other one. Nick, what's the movie where I found the cure to the plague of the 20th century, and then I freaking lost it?
Oh, that one where he goes into the jungle with Sandra Bullock. It's called
Speed.
Hunt for the Red October. I can't remember.
Sandra, we're in a tree that can't go below 50 kilometers an hour. And I'm the Highlander for some reason. So, Sid, Sean Connery, have you seen any other of the Bonds?
No.
Really?
Sorry, I'm not a Bond fan, so
No.
I never got into it, even as a kid. About the only thing I got into was watching the cars, which reminded me of vehicles from M.A.S.K. that transformed and did cool things.
How good was M.A.S.K?
Yes, M.A.S.K was freaking awesome.
Sid, if you could add one sort of James Bondy type M.A.S.K accessory to your vehicle that you don't have, but let's pretend you do, what would you add to your car?
It would be the doors that go up and have missiles on the side, because you never know with those damn people who don't use their indicators. They need to be taught a lesson.
Now, Dave,
Freaking hell! It's just you do this. It's how hard is it? Seriously. Sorry,
Dave. Can we just school Sis real quick, as though I know anything about anything? If you're driving really fast in a car, your doors open, so now you're exposed to the world, and a missile basically takes off from right next to you. Is this something that would deafen you or burn you or something?
probably burn.
Yeah, probably burn you a bit, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, mate. I haven't actually been through that experience.
You haven't been in a car that shoots missiles?
No. Funny that.
Wow. And you also haven't had the perfect kiss. What kind of a...
No. Yeah, I've had a pretty deprived life, mate.
Yeah. Well, quick. I feel like you're our film buff of sorts, and these things a lot like Nick May. You can be a dark horse. You either know nothing or you know everything. So give us who your favorite Bond is, which ones you like, which ones you don't like.
Well, my Bond in my time was Pierce Brosnan. Growing up, he was like the guy. And his films are like okay, but there's 2 really good ones. But I think he's remembered as a good Bond in general.
Didn't really have a film to justify him, to be honest.
Yeah, well, GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies pretty sick, I reckon. And Tomorrow Never Dies, this is what I hear. When I hear Bond in my head, I think about him sharing a motorbike with a woman through Bangkok or something, and they're handcuffed and they're trying to drive through, and it's great. It's just really good action writing. It's really sexy because they got to like squirm around each other and work together and dodge helicopters, and there's really clever action in that film, and that scene in particular stands out to me.
There's like some downhill skiing and shooting at the same time. Do I recall?
there's all sorts. They get into lots of they're shooting guns and evading a helicopter but yeah, the chemistry between the actors is really good. They've got to like.
That was Michelle. What's her face? Michelle Yeoh. Yeoh, whatever her name is.
Something like that. Yeah. Despite backing Pierce, I've done my first quick for the night. It's a Sean Connery character.
James Bond.
Trying to get that weird face. He's got big cheekbones, large pokey out ears, sharp jaw. We're gonna have a crack at each one.
No, wicked.
You tell us now, Gary.
Should have had Lumsden on Bond expert. Yeah, apparently Glenn Lumsden loves not only the undies but the socks and the singlets as well. Huge Bonds fan.
That's how you alienate a legend.
That sounds like the next James Bond, alienate a legend. Tomorrow never will something or other
arrive.
No, I want that to be it. Tomorrow will not something or other arrive. Perfect. That's why they have a writer's room. I couldn't have come up with that by myself. Tom?
Yes?
If not GoldenEye on Nintendo 64, what's the best Nintendo 64 game?
What's the... There were other 64 games? No.
That's a fair comment. I don't think any other game got as much play as Bond on the 64.
Yeah. I have a fondness for WWF No Mercy. It's the best wrestling game ever created, but obviously that's not 007 levels of... Sorry, Tom.
Unfortunately, GoldenEye was one of 3 games I had on the 64.
GoldenEye on N64 was trash. Wish I was on the show to rant about it.
Doesn't know what he's talking about.
That is one of the most...
All right,
GoldenEye...
I'm done. I'm leaving.
There was nothing like GoldenEye before GoldenEye came out. That's a post GoldenEye fan retconning. That's the way I don't love the Dark Knight Returns like everyone else does, because I read the comics that were inspired by Dark Knight Returns, and then when I read the original, I was like, wait, this is not groundbreaking at all. But it broke the ground. I just read the broken ground stuff first, is the point. So, Alex, I don't know. You're in trouble. What were the other 2 games, Tom, that you had on N64?
Mario and Star Wars Pod Racer.
Oh, yeah.
That's a classic, too.
Yeah.
You were saying you've become addicted to the Switch again. They re-released Pod Racer on the Switch.
Wow. So my son has been playing the Nintendo 64 Mario on the Switch. Yeah, I'd be stoked to see the old pod racing game. It was amazing. I've still got my system in its box. I've still got all my games with their boxes and everything. Because nerd stuff.
Why do you need a Switch? Just plug it back in, bro.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I have. We do play the wrestling game every now and again.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go, mate. There you go.
There you
go. Tom, who's your favorite Bond?
I always have something weird with Connery, actually, because apparently when they cast Connery as Bond, Fleming, the writer, was like, oh, why would you cast such a thug as my character? I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
My Bond was probably... Look, Pierce Brosnan went for my age, but I used to catch all the Roger Moore reruns.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen the most Roger Moore ones because that was the rerun one when I was younger.
Yeah.
Oh, what did Alex just say about Pod Racer? Star Wars Pod Racer was great. Ton better than GoldenEye. Look, he's all over the shop.
His opinion is useless now. It's like, what do you know?
He's just trying to start a fight.
If you've got time to comment, why aren't you here, Alex?
Yeah.
Now, 0069, the biggest question that I want to know, and really there's only one man able to answer it. What is an octopussy?
I believe one of Australia's greatest comedians made a joke about what octopussy was, but I'm not
I don't recall
prepared.
making that joke. Get it?
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, octopussy was played by Maud Adams in Octopussy, I think.
Maud Adams. Now
The only woman to star in 2 James Bond movies.
What about Mum?
I don't know what you're talking about. I think
M.
maybe I'm stuck in the 1970s. Nick, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, as a Bond girl, I think that's what it was.
Gotcha.
The only Bond girl to come back.
Yep.
Should she not have come back 8 times or come back 7 times then?
I have no comment.
There's George Bakes.
Nick, do you remember any other weird? It's not like Dick Tracy where they're all funny names, is it? It's like
look, obviously, Pussy Galore, and I think Sean Connery, and I'd like to hear you say it. I think he says something like, "I must be dreaming" when he hears.
I must be dreaming.
Yeah, no, I meant Sean Connery. Yeah, no, because suddenly Austin Powers names are in my mind, but like Honey Rider and Octopussy.
Say it more times. Ursula Andress.
Ursula Andress, yes.
Xenia Onatop.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Christmas Jones. Oh, that was a golf. Denise Richards, yeah. Mary Goodnight. Holly Goodhead. Ugh, easy. Anya Amasova. Yeah, Octopussy kind of stands out as one of the more egregious. Pussy Galore.
I think that was a code name, though.
Oh. I typed in the wrong thing.
I don't think that was the name she was baptized with.
So it could have been a confirmation name, is what you're saying?
Could have been.
I want to see a montage of all these women growing up and their seedy fathers naming them and them just graduating, getting their name called out in assembly. Goodness me.
Girls.
No, Jeff, I'm not putting that up.
Who's your favourite Bond, Nick May?
But probably like Tom, Roger Moore. So I think I was 10 when Moonraker came out, and that was the first Bond that I'd seen in the cinema. I think I saw it for my 10th birthday. And that was the one that was set in space. The guy who, Hugo Drax or something, was trying to repopulate the world from space. And the one before it was The Spy Who Loved Me, where somebody was trying to repopulate the world from underwater. So I don't know if I quite understood that in the Roger Moore era, they'd sort of run out of ideas and it was just, let's repopulate the world from somewhere with something. And Roger Moore was, I don't know, he was the most, I don't know, like he was in on the joke, like everybody else seemed to play it pretty seriously. And I think by the end of his run, he was just being a bit of a fool. And apparently he was older than Sean Connery, which made it interesting, I believe, when Octopussy came out. And in the same year, Sean Connery made an unofficial James Bond, which was, of course, Never Say Never Again. And because he was 52 at the time, they played him as a retired secret agent, but Roger Moore was older than him in Octopussy. So I don't know what that means. Just some useless trivia.
Right.
Well,
So
Roger Moore had
Yeah.
some pre training because he played the Saint in a TV series,
did.
which is
Yeah.
very much a Bond type character.
Yeah.
That was in the early 60s. That was before he got the role as James Bond.
Nice. I just found another. A Bond girl is a character who is a love interest, female companion, or occasionally an adversary of James Bond. Bond girls occasionally have names that are double entendres or sexual puns, such as Plenty O'Toole, Holly Goodhead. I don't know. Is the Xenia O'Top is apparently a sexual
On a
pun.
top, is it?
On a top, you pronounce it.
Pussy galore. Pussy galore. Yes, she was one
Easy,
of them.
Dave. Golly, just throwing these words around, mate.
Saucy.
Yeah, such as another one, Ursula Andress.
But she was the actress.
That's a real actress, mate.
All right. Yeah, all right. Look, I'm just skim reading it, mate. Come on, I'm sick. Man, some slack. Was there a 006 and a 005? And
I believe 007 just means a license to kill. So the other ones, it's like license to open the bathroom and license
No,
to...
the 00 means the license to kill.
Oh, yeah,
The
right.
numbers are simply an allocated agent number.
Right.
Yeah, there was 006 or 8 in...
Yeah, 006 was in GoldenEye.
Yeah, Trevelyan by Sean Bean.
Who died? Go figure.
No, Sean Bean.
yeah, right.
See, I know this. I got into James Bond from Casino Royale, the book.
Oh,
okay.
The first book.
Yeah. Is that like one of
Before
the
the
original?
movie.
Sorry, Pete.
So yeah, I had read Casino Royale and Dr. No before the first Dr. No movie. The first Sean Connery movie even came out. So yeah. Which was great.
Would be like, do I have a horrible disease? No. Yes.
Cool.
That's why you go to Dr. No. Pete, tell us about. So tell us how young are we talking when you first pick up Casino Royale?
I was still living in. God, I was in primary school. I couldn't tell you exactly how old, but I was in primary school. My dad was into Bond in a big way, so he had all the books. And so I had already read a couple of the books by the time Dr. No came out, whenever that was, and something like that. I saw it as a when it first came on TV, whatever year that was. And probably don't remember that too well, but do remember watching it as a repeat. And saw the last couple of Sean Connery ones. Saw one of them at the cinema with Dad. And didn't really see any more at the cinema again till I didn't see the next one, the George Lazenby one on Her Majesty's Secret Service until that was on TV. But picked up the James Bond big time at the cinema with Roger Moore.
Yeah, right.
Sort of from then on.
Yeah. If you could have a James Bond type gadget, Pete, what would you want?
Ooh, a James Bond type gadget. I don't know. Sometimes I think an ejector seat in a car would be a really handy thing. Doing my wife knows what I mean.
Just when the passenger's like telling you, "Oh, turn up down," it's like doing
backseat driver gone.
Yeah.
Honestly, like for me, Bond's always been about basically the action, the cars, the explosions, and the girls. And take any of those elements away, and you've just got something else.
Yeah,
really.
Nice, cool, Mr. Chalker. Another bit of a dark horse that can go either way. There's never really a middle ground. It's either know nothing or know everything. But there was a question before, just to set the tone. Now, I don't want to piss you off here, but I've never broached this topic with you. The new Crow reboot trailer. You're a huge Crow guy. The fans are divided. It's a very different take on the character. Is that all you want to say on it? You got pickles out of this one?
Oh no! If you want to talk about the Crow, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm just curious what you thought of the.
I have no problem with them trying something new. The Crow is the avatar, so the person that it brings back is the person. I would think, as someone that is a fan of the Eric Draven character, the movie and the comic book, if they did want to take it in such a direction, there have been many other Crows raising people from the dead. I probably would have taken another person other than Eric Draven and left Eric as Brandon Lee and moved on to somebody else. But that is the Hollywood system. I'll still go and check it out and see what it is, because sadly I'm a Crow tragic. But as to whether or not I will enjoy it, I don't know yet. So I'm sure you'll hear me scream from Townsville to Melbourne if it's awful. So
Just go, where are all the birds in Bayswater?
Yeah.
Away because someone in North Queensland screamed so hard that all the birds.
Yeah. So I'm interested.
June, The Crow. Can we add James Bond to that list or no?
No, you can't. Look, I grew up with 2 channels in Townsville, and James Bond, the Sean Connery movies, and Roger Moore were seemingly on repetitive, go around every Saturday night. I do like Roger Moore. I thought he was a pretty cool James Bond. Even as a child, I didn't get the things like the crocodile crossing the lake and then it turned out to be a submarine that James Bond crawled out of, etc. I just wasn't picking up what he was putting down. Look, I like Pierce Brosnan, like in his movies. I thought that, but I don't ever remember the names of them, man. They're like Steven Seagal movies and shit, like I've said before, Death Tomorrow, Back Today, like Dropped Off the Planet, next week, all that sort of stuff. I don't know the names of them, but I'll watch them, man. But, it has a worthy place, mate, I guess, in cinematic history. So you don't get to 28 films or something if people like them. So it's like, who am I to say, mate? So I can't know.
My favorite of those hypothetical titles you just threw out was Dropped Off the Planet next week.
Well, that's the follow up to, what was that one, Moonraker or something? So there you go.
Yeah, Christopher Lee was an inspiration in part for Bond, was related to Fleming. Lee had interesting WW2 espionage experience, apparently. Yeah, right.
And curiously, played Scaramanga in The Man with the Golden Gun, a man who had an extraneous third nipple.
Yeah, that's right.
Jazz pianist Hoagie Carmichael was Fleming's model for Bond, apparently. Well, Gary, get ready for this one. The name James Bond was actually taken from a bird-watching book Ian Fleming had handy when in search for a name as mundane as possible. The quintessential British hero is named after ornithologist Dr. James Bond. So there you go.
There you go.
Moon. What is a moonraker? Is there leaves on the moon?
Yeah, it's 001. License to rake on the moon. He was one of the less important on their
Right.
Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, he's got a license to rake. Yeah. Cool.
All right. I feel like I got this one good. I feel like I got some good Timothy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sexy eyes.
And Alex goes straight for the
No,
attack.
And Alex not romantic.
In many ways, with Timothy Dalton, I think he, out of all of the Bonds, caught what Ian Fleming wrote the best.
Right.
Like they all thought, like Pierce Brosnan was just suave, and cool. Roger Moore, I think it was mentioned before, he was in on the joke. Then he brought the sort of ladies' man thing into it a bit. You say Daniel Craig's just a blunt instrument.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, just they all bring something else different into it. But I think when you read what Ian Fleming wrote, and people could disagree with me, but when you read the way he describes Bond and the way Bond's personality plays out, I always feel like Timothy Dalton caught him the best. He had that charm, but he had that inner roughness.
Yeah, he wasn't like smooth around the edges. He was like a really low-key kind of guy in some of those early books. He liked a spag bowl. I remember reading Casino Royale for the first time, and Bond's craving a beer right now. Like he's not the martini shaken not stirred. He is more blokey in some of the books.
And I always feel like Timothy Dalton has something about him that channeled that much more than the other ones did.
Yeah, apparently, Ian Fleming was annoyed when Sean Connery was cast as James Bond because he wanted David Niven to play James Bond.
Who ironically played it in Casino Royale.
One of the James Bonds in Casino Royale, yeah, along with Peter Sellers.
The Woody Allen movie.
Yeah.
What's going on here? People are channeling each other.
Yeah. Like the thing about Roger is he left audiences wanting extra.
More.
Very good.
It's actually funny because when Roger Moore left, the person, when he was leaving, the person they went after to take the role was actually Pierce Brosnan.
Right.
Who at the time was doing Remington Steele and couldn't take the part. So they gave the part to Timothy Dalton, who ironically was up for the part when Roger Moore got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But didn't take it because he was a theatre actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Pete, in your estimation, out of the 8 of us in this virtual room, who would be the best suited to play James Bond in the next installment?
Oh, look, you're definitely Mr. May.
Oh, no, I'm pointing to Nick Cleary.
Yeah, I think
it is time they had a ball.
Honestly, though, if I was to be serious, Nick.
Yeah. He's got the Hollywood looks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost too charming for it, is what you're sort of thinking.
No, Pete, you were supposed to say Spedsy. You know that.
No, I wasn't playing English jokes.
No, come on, you got to read between the lines when Spedsy's asking the question.
Unfortunately, this is the last time Peter Lawson is going to be on.
I'm on the
anyway. Dave, what about you? Do you have a long history with?
Yes, I first Bond movie I saw was at the drive-in in about 1968, 67 or 68, which was You Only Live Twice. And I was only about 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember I went home. Well, we didn't get to the drive-in very often and see colour movies or anything like that. It was a pretty special thing for me. And I went home and I just reran the whole movie in my head, rewatched it in my brain. because I memorised it. So I was very impressed with it. But that doesn't mean I am an avid Bond fan. It wasn't until Roger Moore's where was the one where he's in the south of America to start with? You only live. No, what's the one? Where Baron's the voodoo one and all that.
Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die. Yeah, that's right. That was Wings had that song, wasn't it? Paul McCartney sing that.
Yep.
That's right.
Most noticeable for James Seymour being in it.
Yeah, right.
Dr.
And
Quinn.
see, that was the next one I saw. So that's pretty long. That's probably about 8 years, 10 years later or something. So I didn't get to see many of them. And I haven't watched a lot of them on TV, the reruns or anything, but I do like them. But they tend to go a bit long, I think. Some of them go quite long. They are a long movie, I think.
Yeah, right.
Is that right? Or am I mistaken? Anyone? Are they 2-hour movies, or are they all round about 1.5? 1.5's okay, but 2's a bit long, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got used to Marvel.
No comment from anyone.
What are we drawing? Who are we drawing tonight, Dave?
Oh, hang on. Another thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
The James Bond comic strip in the papers was at one stage drawn by an Australian. Named, he was from over near, he was born over in Russia. He had a Russian mother and a Hungarian father or something or other.
Alex Major.
Horak. I think his last name was Horak. And he did James Bond cartoon comic strip.
It's pronounced Major. Just saying.
Quick, if Alex was to star in a James Bond movie, what would it be called?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah.
For me, obscure. I'll make the funnies. Major pain, major live and let, major. The world is not for Major's eyes. For Major.
Do you want to watch a veteran at work, Nick May? Give it to him. What's Alex Major's 007 movie name?
It would be called Inconsequential Blather.
There you go. All right. Well, so one thing, we're at the 38-minute mark. It's almost time to look at some art, but I just wondered we should just quickly chat about one of the most iconic and trying to remember it when I was like, oh, I'll open the show humming the bang bang bang, and I kept doing bam 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 bam. That's Mission Impossible. And so I was just thinking, so Sis, what would be your favorite or an iconic movie theme song in your mind?
Oh my god!
What's the first one you think of?
I can't do it. It's not the beginning of the movie, but
Doesn't
it's
have to be.
okay. Good. Darth Vader's Imperial March.
I
love that. I want to walk into a room with that playing.
I'm going to hum everyone in its entirety. Quick, what about you? Have you got what do you think is the most iconic movie theme?
I really love the Back to the Future theme. I think that's a real winner.
Oh, can you give us how does that one go?
Yes. Nice choice.
Yeah. What about you, Tom?
Iconic movie theme, yes?
Yeah.
Because like,
I don't know that one.
No, I don't know if I had one either. But
What
like,
about this? Tom, do you know this one? What's that, Tom?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I yelled at it on enough road trips. Which had lyrics.
Did it?
I wish. I know comedians.
Oh, you
lyrics.
wish it did.
Yeah.
It's just the guy saying "clever girl" over and over.
Can I say, drawing these Bond guys, drawing handsome men is really hard. They don't have a lot of defining features between Pierce and Roger and Roger's. I don't think anyone's going to draw Roger tonight. That's my guess. He's so bland. He's a very ordinary face. There's not a lot going on. So I'm putting money down now. Get your pencils. I don't think we'll be seeing many Roger Moores tonight.
There's
Lots
one
of Sean
right
with his
next to you.
big features and his eyebrows. Roger.
If I'm not mistaken, Tom's got a Roger right next to you.
Oh my god!
Don't get Rogered, whatever you do.
Is that Roger? That could be. In fairness, that could be any of them. That could be any of. That could be Roger. That could be Dalton. That could be Pierce.
That's just disrespectful. I straight away knew who it was, who Tom
It's
was
the
in.
comb over. Without the comb over, you could turn that any direction.
Yeah,
You're
you
not
could
wrong.
definitely turn it. So, Tom, official answer is me humming Jurassic Park, or have you got a theme song that comes to mind?
Yeah, official answer is you. That's going to be in my
Okay.
head for like the rest of the night.
Well, Tom, because you're a man of many talents, give us your best Velociraptor impersonation.
Okay, that wasn't it.
That was it. That was it. It actually kind of sounded like it. That sounds like Gollum making out with a Velociraptor.
What I was going for.
We'll take it. Nick May, iconic movie themes that come to mind?
So 3 James Bond songs come to my mind.
It's just
Living
one, isn't it?
Daylights, by, of course, View to a Kill by Duran Duran, and You Know My Name from Casino Royale. But I think my favorite movie song is Xanadu, the theme song from Xanadu by Olivia Newton-John.
Olivia Newton-John.
Crap movie.
Crap movie, great album.
Exactly, yeah.
Look, that was a horrible answer. I disagree. Your brother, on the other hand,
He's not my brother. I was adopted.
And that's why you are the superior May. Shots fired. Pete, what about you? Have you got a iconic theme?
2001.
Oh, give us that. How's that go?
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, I can't do it. I can't sing. That thing in the band, at the start of Barbie.
Zarathustra.
Sounds like
Yeah,
it's
that
bunch of
one.
albums making love. That's all I heard.
That's just sort of banging. Just you hear that and you know what you're talking about. You want iconic. Anytime anyone does anything about space, they use that. It's the go-to.
Yeah, it's so iconic that none of us can hum it properly.
I can't hum with it, damn. I'm totally tone deaf.
Dan May still for the win, mate. Undefeated, except for Jurassic Park. But Lee, you've got one. You've got one ready to go. An iconic movie theme.
Oh man, I don't really know. You know, I mean, there's too many of them, isn't there? There's
Yeah.
Rocky. There's you know, the Lord of the Rings. There's
Lord of the Rings. Is there an iconic Lord of the Rings sort
yeah,
of?
the start where the intro like kicks over that like buzz, but then you know, there's all different songs, I suppose. So
I was just
I
transported.
don't know. I mean, you know, you could look. Actually, no, I'm going to throw one out there, and it's the Brian Eno prophecy theme from the original 1984 Dune. There you go. I like that one. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that. Thank you for allowing me the time to get my head around that. And no, I'm not going to sing it for you.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, how does the Superman one go?
Slightly different to Star Wars.
No, that's Star,
No,
is that
that's
Star Wars?
No, that's Star Wars.
That was Star Wars. That was John Williams'
Just
Star
change
Wars.
the note, the order of the notes, and you've got Superman.
Bubba-dum, bubba-dum.
Superman. Of course.
The ending theme to Benny Hill was classic. Ever a series of movies or just classic TV? Well, if we were talking TV, there's only one theme on TV, and that's bum 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 bum
X-Men.
X-Men. Or
I
I
thought it
would
was
have
on the
been
buses.
the Vampire Slayer. Dave, iconic movie themes. What comes to mind?
I'm sensing Transformers. Oh.
I haven't seen a lot of movies. I don't know, mate.
You
used
what
the
about
best then.
Perfect Kiss, Dave? Have we got anything there? Or
Don't talk to me. I'm drawing.
Wow, I nailed the Aston Martin there, Pete.
Awesome.
Would that be Pierce or Dalton? Which one are we looking at?
Anyone, I don't care. I just do it. It's the spirit of the character. It's the character, not a specific actor. It's in the spirit of the character.
Sure. Would you like to see the spirit of Daniel Craig as
I can't draw likenesses, so I don't even try.
Here we go. I remember when they announced Daniel Craig, my dad was like, you know, not the type to comment on Hollywood casting and everything. He was just like, this new blonde Bond, pretty ugly. Pretty ugly.
That looks like a potato. He's got two first names. He can't be trusted.
That's right.
That's what they say. Well, we're about at that time, so let's do a little bit of this, shall we?
Come on, let's see some.
Drawing my drawing. Drawing. Make any money with your drawings.
Shut up, bitch!
Yeah, when The Rock says, shut up, biatch, it's time to look at some art that people have sent in. If you would like to partake in the showing of art, here's a little thing across the bottom there.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all right. If you send your art to comex.show/art, we love showing off artwork. It can be from any of, like, if you're running late on last week's topic or last fortnight's topic, just chuck it up there anyway. We'd love to show it. But this week we have a bunch of James Bond stuff that people have sent through. And Sis, take us through it.
We have Jeff Edis. He has coloured a picture from the internets, and he doesn't know who the artist is. There was no information, so
I
I
think
can't credit the artist, unfortunately, but he's credited himself for the colours.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, good on you, Jeff. Good on you, mate.
There's the Bulldog, Daniel Craig.
There is the original that he got.
Nice.
Nice.
Not
Good
Roger
work.
Moore. Okay, going well so far.
We got Neil Blandon.
And you're going to-
What's that guy's name?
Odd job.
Odd job.
Well done, mate.
Very nice, Neil.
Then we've got Sean Craig. He's gone for
Oh, that's awesome.
That'd be Sean. Yep.
Yeah, that's Sean.
Yeah.
There's a
Good
bit
on
of
you,
who's the Mr. Bean Bond character? What's his name?
Johnny
Johnny.
English.
There's a bit of Johnny
Oh,
English
that's-
snuck in there, I think.
And then
Unintentional.
we
Well
have
done.
It's really good.
Martin
Sean.
Gammon. He's got
Oh, good on
words.
you, Martin.
Oh,
Double
double O
Good
seven.
on you, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Just realised what they were for.
He
Slightly
beat his shots on the swift and speedy salute.
And good old Davo 77's in there. Wouldn't be a show without
And Davo.
Yeah.
Nice.
What was that?
It's,
Right.
Roger Moore.
Nah. Hasn't got the comb over. His comb over goes up. That looks like George. I reckon George got a shout out tonight, Mr.
Yeah.
Lazenby.
No.
Good on you, Dave.
And then we've got Dan May, which I don't ever remember this happening in a movie, but
Oh, yeah, sure.
Awesome.
I've seen
Excellent.
that one.
Lovely work, mate.
that's
That's
awesome.
Brad.
Good work, Dano.
Yeah, well done.
I mean, that
And,
shark had no. Why was that shark hanging out in such shallow water? It was doomed anyway.
And
Come on, shark.
Oh boy.
then we've got Nick May. No sharks.
Yes.
It's Roger Moore.
Well done, Chernobyl.
That's right.
Wow. Who is that?
That's Ernst Stavro Blofeld, played by Telly Savalas, who, of course, was famous for Kojak, hence the lollipop.
Ah, yes,
Oh.
of
Ah,
course.
'cause Kojak, of course, is Dutch for lollipop.
Correct.
Kojak is a copper, mate. New York cop TV show.
And I'm sorry to say, that's all I've got so far.
Oh, okay. Bit of a light.
Right.
Unless they sent it to- I'll just double check. I haven't got stuff sent to other things.
No, that's all right. Let's check in with Tom and see what he's been up to. How are we
Doing
going,
all the
Tom? With all
hard
these, who are all these little? That looks like Jewel State in the middle.
It does a little bit. It's
Yeah.
Diana Rigg's character. So she's the one who married Bond and then got killed. You've got Vesper Lind at the top. You've got you've got Honey Rider in this part here. You've got Pussy Galore here. You've got Octopussy down here with the octopus coat. You've got Jinx, Holly Berry, and you've got Ms. Moneypenny on the other side.
Yeah.
Nice
So-
work, mate.
Wow.
Well done, Tom.
Colours
Beautiful,
are
Tom.
Very good, Tom.
We haven't touched on Moneypenny. Is she like the Alfred to Batman, Moneypenny to James Bond?
No.
No.
She's the secretary, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just M's secretary.
Oh. Oh, so wait. Oh, who's M then? I think that's who I mean. M.
And the boss.
M's the boss.
Sorry,
Judy
Pete. What did you
Dench.
say?
Is that her name?
M's his boss.
Right. The Nick Fury. I need to relate everything back to the comics that I know.
Yeah. And all the gadgets are made by Q.
Right. Are there any other letters walking around? What's that up to?
He's
They do
just
say get F all the time.
Yeah, like someone's got to drive him home. It's like, what are you doing? I'm getting F out of here. I was like, yeah, all right.
My favorite Q was John Cleese. He was a great, wacky
brilliant.
Q. It made it work for me.
And what's the deal with Q? Like asks questions. Is that why it's Q? Or
He's just
or
used to
they-
get
Master.
Q. He makes
Yeah,
the
mate.
weird cookie bins and makes the cars drive themselves. And,
Ah, he's
Makes
the
it exploding
he's
bubble gum.
Morgan
yeah, he does all the cool stuff.
Ah, I see. Wow, there you go.
There you go.
Well, let me hit you with a few of these. What do we got? Nothing great.
Let's see. Let's check in on Dave Dye. How's that one?
All right, yeah, do that.
Yeah. not as
Tell me
far
that's
because I had
not
technical problems. I didn't get as much done tonight. I was just getting the watercolor out now to do put some shade onto his nose and around there to get that shape right.
Which shape is that? What shape
What's
are we
that?
talking about? Which head is this?
He's got no shape to his nose here. That's all comes out when the colour comes on.
If it's Roger Moore, there are no shapes. There's just
no, that's how bad it is. It's supposed to be Sean Connery, mate.
there we go. Then it'll work. Give it time. You can work with Sean Connery. They can. He'll let you get there. Roger won't.
Where'd I put my
Tough
brush?
cookie.
Oh, here they are.
Hey, Sis, which of these is a actual James Bond movie versus the two that I have made up? Are you ready?
Okay.
So, The Living Daylights. The Doctor is in. Tomorrow is Not Today. Which is the real one?
There's only one real one. The last one.
The last one.
No,
Tomorrow
the
is
first
Not Today, of course, starring Roger Extra. No, the real one was The Living Daylights.
Oh, of course. I should have known that.
What about this is?
Oh, another one.
Mr. Mate.
Live to Tell the Tale. Die Another Day. Die Tomorrow, Not Today.
Die Another Day. That one, I actually have heard that somewhere.
Nailed it. I can't keep this up. I haven't written any of that down, so I'm not that good. All right. Well, it's time to, I guess, look at our traditional people in the room, or the people drawing live, I should say. Lee, are you sending through, or are we looking? We're looking. Let's go. Let's zoom.
Where is he?
Ooh.
There you go.
Ooh. It's not Roger.
That looks shaken.
Yeah.
Oh, it's shaken.
And a broken spoon, and his bow tie chucked down with a bowl of ice, and him off in the background. So
getting
high. Love it.
Nice one, mate.
Very symbolic.
Symbolic, yep.
And then, so let's go straight to Dave, adding some color.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. What are you thinking at the moment, Dave? Talk us through the method.
Just trying to get the these highlights. I'm putting in the mid-tones here, so I've just got to make sure I maintain those highlights where they are, because I'm looking at a photograph as I'm doing this. So
of Roger Moore.
Roger Moore, that's right. Yeah. What a successful drawing it's been tonight.
Do you know what it needs, Dave? In those eyebrows, like, one of them's a bit too thin to be Sean. Bit of weight on that one, I reckon.
This one over here is quite thick. This needs a little
That's
bit.
a Roger
lower.
eyebrow. It's indistinct.
Is it? Yeah.
If he was truly Sean, he wouldn't have any eyebrows.
Oh, he's running hot tonight.
Really? Can you let my face know? I don't know. Excellent. What about you, Mr. Lawson?
I'm starting to sort of fine line it up a bit from before, so not really any changes from what I just flashed up a moment ago, to be honest. But I'll just hold it up if you can possibly on the frame.
That's Roger Moore.
Nice.
Yeah. Good on you, mate.
It's definitely Pierce before Roger.
Bit of it.
Oh.
Well done, Pete.
Too many drivers. Shall we see Tom's in full screen?
I'll send her over in a sec.
Bam.
Oh,
Send it away.
There we go.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you got a late one. Is it working?
Reminds
Yeah,
me
it is
of.
too.
What am I trying to think of? Give me a second.
In the meantime, I was thinking perhaps next fortnight, next episode, we get a little bit more mainstreamy comic booky. I don't think we have ever drawn him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but should we tackle the schnicked man himself, Wolverine?
Whoa.
As
Being
played by Roger Moore in the X-Men.
Yeah.
I'm not
Deadpool
drawing much
Wolverine
more.
coming to cinemas. And of course, the people at Marvel have reached out and asked for an extra 30 views. We'll draw Wolverine next episode. So you can get cracking now if you like.
Yes.
And send them in at any point, and we will flash them up on the show. If you're halfway through your James Bond right now, frantically going, "Well, no, the show's about to end and I haven't finished," we'll happily show that on the show next week, next fortnight as well. Sis, do we have? We don't have the man himself here, but did he prepare something that would be Alex Magill?
Yeah, he did. But before we go there, I just got a very late Tony Menzies.
Oh, Tony.
Right. Good.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Roger Moore.
Yeah.
That's Roger.
Nice one, Tony. Well done, Tony.
Nice one, Tony.
Yeah, that is excellent. Love the blacks. Great.
So you want to hit the little dancing rabbit?
Yeah, let's see if we can get kicked off YouTube with this and see what Alex Major's got cracking for us.
That would be George.
That's George. Yeah.
Is it actually? Is that
Nice
the
one.
mole? Is that the giveaway? Is it George?
Yeah, the mole.
The rabbit on the pole is a giveaway. I think.
Yeah. Very famous.
Alex
Oh,
makes
there's
me
Roger Moore.
feel better about the fact that my nose is often red during the colder time, because all these characters have red noses. It feels like a normal thing. So I do appreciate that, Alex Major.
Well done,
Thank you
Alex.
so much for sending that through. Unique visual study from Lee. It's different from what I've seen you do. Great stuff, man. Well, Richo, brace yourself. You think you've seen Lee Chalker do what he can do. Battle for Bustle 5, or should I say Volume 2, Issue 1, is dropping very soon, and it's going to blow some hair back. It's going to put some hair on your chest and blow it back. So brace yourself. So in the next episode, we'll draw Wolverine.
Love it.
Sis, do we have any, what do you call it, housekeeping we need doing? Anything I should be mentioning that I have not?
Well, I will mention for you, next week is the return of Let's Draw a Comic Book, Thursday night. Episode 0, we're calling it, where the character is being designed this time. We're not going straight into the comic. We are designing the character with 3 artists.
Excellent.
No, that's different.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, so
Can you tease who's going to be on the show, or it's always hard because people might not make it on the night?
Well, Ed hasn't told me. So I don't know.
There you go. Surprise. So it could be Jim Lee for all we know. So
Probably is.
We'll have to tune in and see. If not
Ed
Jim Lee, maybe his son Dushane will be on the show.
Yeah, that's right.
That's been our show for the night. So thank you so much for tuning in, sticking with us. Thank you so much to those who send in artwork. Remember Wolverine next week, so get to drawing. Next show, I should say.
Send it in early.
Thanks so much. You can support the show, support the network itself by going to the Comex shop, which is comex.shop. There, all the proceeds go to the creators of the books and to this whole network itself, because these shows ain't free. That man there is the friend of the guy who pays for it. That guy there. Help out the Comex train. and some creators at the same time by buying some comics. Cool. Thank you so much. We'll catch you down the road. But before we do, Nick May, of course, you wanted to try out your new sign-off catchphrase, I believe.
Yeah. If you can't join them, beat them.
Nice.
Like and subscribe to the channel.
Alfred, let's go shop.
Comics.shop.
Say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night. See you next time.
Press the button, the button.
Just press a button. See.
Time to go home now, little doggy.
Where's the sizzle?